Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? We're back. We're no longer on the road. We are back in our home studio. Well, this isn't a studio apartment. This is a home studio for me. Uh, David will be by momentarily, but listen, we've got a heck of a show planned for you guys tonight. We are talking about MATW, Wrestling at the J, coming up this weekend. It's going to be
Let's see you
Saturday.
live from the DMV area back in Fairfax. I'm excited for it. Hey, what's up, Ron?
Why would you interrupt me though? Like,
because
I get
it's
it.
fun. Because it's fun.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's very professional. I don't think it's very professional, but that's just my opinion. I'm still trying to adjust stuff from being gone. You know, we were on the road and we had all this gimmick out there with us. But man, MATW live at the J.
Man, they've been blowing up, man. The last show was incredible. There's some aftermath. I have the poster up. I sent you the poster. The rest of this, for some reason, I guess you know how Facebook's been lately. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Titus, O'Shea Edwards, the current MATW heavyweight champion, Doug Delicious. We have C.W. Anderson and Preston Quinn, Chase Emery, your boy, Blade Brown, and Ace Montana, plus a bunch of other matches. It's going to be a fantastic show.
Look, Chase is a phenomenal wrestler. I wouldn't say that he's my boy. I mean,
you know him because he's done a lot of shows in your next.
Yeah, we've done.
Let me rephrase that.
Done a lot of shows together.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I'm not saying anything negative about the guy. I just, there's nothing wrong with the guy. He's a good wrestler.
He's a damn good performer.
Very good wrestler. I was like, my boy thing's a bit odd. I mean, I talk to, everybody. You've seen that now, especially with us working together. You've seen that. I mean, Chase isn't a man of many words, really. Not at all. So I don't really.
In that ring, he is quite a competitor. But let's get Todd on here. Let's bring him on. Let's talk a little bit about the shows here and the matchups.
Hey, what's
going to happen?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How are you?
Hey, Todd.
I'm good. Thanks for having me back.
Hey, not a problem.
It's always a pleasure, man. These shows are getting
here.
Better and better and better.
Hopefully that's the goal. That's our Mid-Atlantic goal and our Fairfax goal. So hopefully we're going better and better, bigger and better.
Yeah, see, I'll be up there later this month. I unfortunately won't be up there this weekend.
Well, okay.
My bad.
We'll be back. I mean, we're making, Fairfax is becoming one of our regular towns. It's been a slow process just building it. We started out slower than we would have liked, but we've continued to grow every time. And my goal ideally is to be able to run Fairfax at least every other month. So yeah, we'll be back this fall, a time or two for sure. So another surprise maybe thrown in there.
If I get a good advance on that date, I will do what I can to try to make it up there for it. Because I mean, I can crash right there. I got a spot. Where is that at? It's over off of 7.
Yeah, and I'm off of Little River, so it's not big deal.
We've got at least 1 or 2 shows that we'll announce at the show Saturday night. So I'll hit you
some surprises already. All right,
hey, I appreciate that, man.
We got to tease a little, right?
Most of my family would come from Maryland instead to hang out in Virginia because they don't like Maryland. So,
well, that's a Northern Virginia thing right there. No
one likes Maryland.
Except for the wrestling fans in Maryland. We welcome them to come across the river to Virginia to see some great pro wrestling. So, you want storylines and continuity and, something to get invested in. Come on and check us out.
Yes,
definitely.
I think that's the meat and potatoes of it for me. Is a good storyline, a good continuity. Great action is great action. But you can watch The Fast and the Furious. You can watch Die Hard. You can watch John Wick. Which one's got the best story?
That's one of the top things that people tell us when they check us out is like, whoa, there's like continuity here and there's storylines and everything is for a reason and this makes sense. And we have fans that are starting to follow us around from week to week and town to town because they want to see what the next step in a storyline is or what the fallout of something they saw last week was or something like that. And so it's a pretty awesome thing to know that we have a fan base that's growing that will travel around to see us. And so that said, we want to continue to grow in each of our little towns we go to, with Fairfax being one of them. We did really well last time. Like I said, this is our 4th show in Fairfax since last July. So in a year, 12 months now, this is our 4th show. And we've taken a step forward with each. We took a big step forward last time, and I'm fairly confident we're going to do another one this Saturday night. And so,
yeah, it seems like every time you guys are having a show, it just gets bigger and bigger. The crowd gets more.
Every town we go to is like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every single town we go to, it just grows. And which one were you guys at?
I was at the first one.
The first one. Okay. Are you planning on coming this week?
Working on it. Yep.
Okay.
Plus, I was actually going to talk to Ron, trying to get some of the equipment.
I'm doing a charity event Saturday, so that's no bueno.
Yeah, but you were saying, Todd?
You'll notice a big difference just in the growth of the promotion and the crowd and just everything from the first show to this one coming up on Saturday. So.
Very cool. Speaking of this Saturday, what do we have on tap? Was there individual match pictures anywhere?
There
individual match graphics?
There is. I don't know if I sent those to you guys.
I thought I forwarded them over to Ron, but I trying to look it up so I can upload them, but I don't have them on here for some reason. I'm looking through the Facebook page. I see the poster, the main poster.
They're on the Facebook page. If you check the Wrestling at the J group, they're on there. Worst case scenario, I can text them to you right now.
That would probably be for the best.
Let me do that real quick. We're gonna work on the fly here. So let me.
Actually, I got it right here. If you like, I can upload it right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually my backup is just pull that up.
Me.
I got you.
Just send them to me. Don't do the ad screen trash, please. It looks abysmal. It's
it's not paint.
It's not that bad, you're right, but it's still abysmal. The image quality and clarity goes down, so it looks to me I would prefer not.
I certainly can run through the matches with you guys. We got a couple of guys joining us this evening that are on the show. It is
a stacked card.
It's the biggest show we brought to Fairfax. And you know, it's kind of a 1-2 punch. We had a really big show last weekend down in Yorktown, our Great American Bash. It was called Scars and Stripes, which we had feuds blown off there and just kind of culminating, and it was a stacked show. But this is kind of 1B. Last week and this week together are probably the 2 biggest shows we've ever had. And so,
there was actually some aftermath. I actually saw the post earlier. O'Shea Edwards coming in and cleaning house, actually.
So O'Shea has been on 1 or 2 of the early Fairfax shows. He was on there. You know, he lives somewhat local. He's over in Maryland. He's probably about an hour away from the venue here in Fairfax. I've always been a fan of his work, not necessarily his personality.
Oh hell no! I love his personality.
I should say that
the man he means business. He means business.
Yeah. Coming from the standpoint of a referee, he can be a bit to handle sometimes in the ring. But as a wrestler, there's no denying his skill set. And when I started promoting Fairfax and helping put the show together here, which I've been fortunate to have a hand in doing, he was someone that I said, I want this guy on our show here. And so he was on a couple of shows and was not available for others after that or other shows for MATW because he had other things planned. He was going to Europe, and he was on tour in Europe. I was able to get him booked for Saturday night show, and he was on tour in Europe up until just before the Saturday night show.
He's a busy guy. He gets around.
apparently he didn't want to wait until Saturday night to appear at the JCC in Fairfax. He wanted to make a name for himself on the biggest stage of MATW, and what he chose to do was, just point blank, he decided to enter through the crowd. And I didn't know, but I had heard reports that he actually was kind of lurking in the back corner of the arena watching the action, and picked his time, which happened to be at the end of a leather strap match between Ace Montana and MATW. And he hopped the barricade, hopped in the ring, and he took out Ace Montana. And so I don't know what his reasoning was for that, other than the fact that he just wanted to kind of kickstart things. And I think he has a desire to make MATW maybe his home here stateside.
Can't blame him.
He wasn't.
And I think we have picture of that after picture. Anyways, you can actually see he's quite enjoying himself. Look at that, having a good old time, just cleaning up.
He didn't do himself any favors with the fan base either. Ace Montana is probably the most popular wrestler in MATW, and he had just gotten through with his match. Crowd was on their feet chanting for him and cheering for him, and out of nowhere, O'Shea hopped the barricade. And so,
well, let's go to the card real quick, and then we'll get his words about the incident and about this weekend.
We can do that. Yeah.
All right. Well, like I say, we already talked about this 6-man tag you got here.
So this is one of our I guess co-main events, possibly. That's how I look at it. It's actually the semi-main event. Big 6-man tag match. I didn't realize when we signed this match the kind of intensity that would be flowing through the match when it actually came to fruition in Fairfax.
I mean, that is a lot of big personalities there, man.
Well, you have Ace Montana there, who is, like I said, arguably one of the biggest personalities in MATW. Super huge fan favorite, most popular wrestler probably. And you have probably the two who are right there with him as far as popularity goes, two of the fastest rising young stars, and not just in MATW, but in all of wrestling. You got Blade Brown and Chase Emery, who just was wrestling in the main event of last weekend's Scars and Stripes match, challenging Doug Delicious for the MATW heavyweight title. Came out a little short on that one, but these three guys, you're not going to find a more popular or beloved trio of guys than that. And then you have the Extreme Horsemen there, who are the KG veterans. In my opinion, no disrespect to any other tag teams in MATW, they're the best tag team you're going to find around. And they could go in any promotion, and I'm talking big promotions on national television, and hold their own in the ring. They're teaming up with O'Shea. We've talked about O'Shea. We've talked about Ace. It adds a new dynamic to this match, and this is going to be a war.
Yes, it is. It's going to be quite the interesting matchup here to see these two teams clash. Then we have next up on the card, we have Spencer Slade versus Party McFly.
So Spencer Slade is another guy who was on some of the earlier MATW shows, and he has been occupied since then primarily with wrestling in the NWA. He's been there, but he has wanted to get his foot back in the door at MATW. He hasn't been around for a while, and we're not just a typical independent wrestling promotion who will say, hey, you know what, we've got an opening, let's bring someone in and let's put matches together. So while there's been a desire to come back, there hasn't necessarily been an opportunity to come back. Having said that, we had a spot open up last minute, and he became available last minute, and so he's coming back. So the long-awaited, much-anticipated return of Spencer Slade will be in Fairfax, the first time in several months that he's been in an MATW ring. And he's taking on Party McFly, who is another up-and-coming wrestler who I'm actually really, really proud of. He came in at the beginning of the promotion as a young guy, and he has really dedicated himself and focused and committed to improving himself. And hitting the gym and working out, and he has improved dramatically as a wrestler. And he keeps coming off a big win, probably the biggest win of his career this past Saturday. He actually had a taped fist match against Reggie Collins, which was originally supposed to be this Saturday in Fairfax, but there was a scheduling conflict with Collins. He couldn't make it, so he moved it up a week to Scars and Stripes. Those two of them had a match on our last show in Fairfax, and fans, and you guys may or may not know, but in that match, Party McFly got a little carried away and inadvertently busted open Reggie Collins, and that sparked a little bit of a feud between the two of them that they've taken all across the territory. That culminated in the tape fist match last week that Party McFly was victorious in. And so
you gotta also kind of take consideration, this is a big deal for Party McFly coming back, and
he's
going against a big
kid.
Hometown hero going up against somebody who's making the return. He might have the advantage here, but that's for later conversation for later on.
That's going to
for
be
our predictions.
Fast-paced match there for sure.
Yes, it is.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Speaking of fast pace, we got Manny Lowe versus Phoenix Fury.
Absolutely. Manny Lowe is a guy who actually got the biggest win of his MATW career this past weekend as well. He wrestled Blade Brown, who was on a trajectory to the stars.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, if he slipped on a banana peel or what, but Manny Lowe defeated Blade Brown this past Saturday via pinfall at Scars and Stripes. And so he is another guy who's looking to move up the rankings of MATW. And this is actually going to be our opening match of the night. He's going to be taking on Phoenix Fury, who will be debuting in MATW.
What a way to start things off.
A long time. And I'm a big fan of as well. And this is going to be fans that are coming are not going to want to be late. Let's put it that way, because this is what's kicking things off. And this is going to be a barn burner right here.
And that's a great way to start things off. You're already setting the bar here for the rest of the night, and that's going to bring in the energy, and it's going to be quite the high intensity matchup knowing these two. So that's going to be fun.
And so I'll interject one thing, and I'm sure we'll circle back around and talk to this as we go on a little bit this evening here. The kind of elephant in the room for this show is the fact that the wrestling world recently lost Dirty Money. Dirty Money, hometown guy, most popular wrestler around here. He originally was scheduled to be in the main event of this show prior to his injury. And then following his injury, following his surgery, a replacement was named. And then it was announced literally the day before his passing that he was going to be in Fairfax, his first public appearance since being injured. And he was going to address the crowd, and he was going to be in at ringside for the main event. We are very aware of the unfortunate news that came down with his passing. We know that this show is going to have a different spirit and vibe to it because of that. We are, just doing our best to come out and pay tribute and respect to him and give it our all and kick it up a notch. Which is what he did every time he performed anywhere in wrestling. So we're coming out just to pay tribute to him on this show. It's not a Dirty Money memorial show. It's nothing like that. But it's going to be dedicated in his memory and his honor. And there will be a 10-bell salute, and we will have to announce his passing at the start of the show, because I'm sure there may be someone there who's not aware of that. And so it was important for us, after we get through that necessary stuff, to have a good back and forth, fast-paced, action-packed opening match, because it can be hard for some of the fans to get hit with that emotion and of what has happened, and then kind of get ramped back up to get into the swing of things and into the action. And so that was a very carefully selected opening match for the fans here. And we hope that it is a positive experience, and that people can remember and honor and pay tribute to Dirty Money, who we're going to miss. But I think he would want nothing more than for everyone who's there to blow the roof off the joint and have a good time as if he was there with us, because I know he'll be there in spirit with us. So
yeah, he had such an impact. He was such a cool guy.
Great guy.
Yeah,
always positive.
All right, and next matchup on the card: Black Wall Street versus Tar Dynasty.
All right,
three tag team action.
Tar Dynasty. Yeah, so Black Wall Street made their MATW debut at the last show. And they actually came up on the short end of the stick. But they were very impressive. They made a good impression on a lot of people there, both in the crowd and in the locker room. And so it was important to have them come back and be in the ring once again here in Fairfax. And so they're going to be taking on two members of the Tar Dynasty. It's Aiden Chambers on the left and Dustin Tar on the right. Should be a great tag match. There's no promotion out there anywhere that has the tag roster as deep as MATW or that features tag team wrestling the way Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling does. And so these are two great tag teams, and it's going to be a great match. And for people out there who are fans of tag team wrestling, they're certainly going to be entertained and dig this match right here.
It's going to be awesome. All right. And then we have some singles action. I know both of these.
Yes.
Both these competitors, both can go. Both have quite the, I want to say, run that they're going on right now in the North Carolinas, Florida, and beyond. And they have quite the ferocity. And the fact that they're going together, going against each other this matchup this weekend is going to be really interesting to see.
So this is actually a return match that was ordered by MATW. The two women here squared off a month or so ago in Elkton, Virginia, which is south of Harrisonburg, and had a phenomenal match. But it ended, not a little abruptly, maybe we'll say. And so a return match has been ordered, and it was awarded or given or assigned by MATW officials for Fairfax. And so Amanda wrestled there last show, which was actually the first women's match ever on an MATW house show. Awesome. And she's not, I wouldn't say she's a fan favorite, but she is very well respected by the fans and especially in Fairfax. And so a lot of fans had asked about her and inquired about her coming back. And so we were looking at, a way to do that. And then with the match they had last month and with the return match being warranted, we thought there's no better place than to put it in Fairfax here. So that's going to be a great match. Those are two great female wrestlers. I have mixed feelings with lots of things in wrestling, but I think sometimes women wrestlers will get stuck on shows almost as like eye candy or something, and they're not the best wrestlers. These two women here can go, and they are going to show every single person in Fairfax what they're made of, and it's going to be one of the best matches of the night. I mean, they're gonna tear it up.
I mean, we've been around them for a little over a year at this point.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you that both of those women can go big time, and they've both put the work in. So
they do. They put in the work, and they're professionals.
You will see them I
want to say one last thing about Amanda. She is a rare breed when it comes to, she can do anything in wrestling, and she does it very well. I recently had a match a couple weeks ago, and she was managing, and she did a phenomenal job as a manager. One of the probably one of the best managerial jobs I've ever seen or been a part of in wrestling. It was unbelievable. She's kind of like the Sherry Martel of MATW, right? She can wrestle, she can manage, she can do it all. She even appeared in the as the only woman in the 20-person Revolution Rumble Battle Royal last week. She surprised everyone and entered into that, and so she can hold her own against anyone. So
I remember distinctly I ran into her at WrestleCade this last year, and I remember having a conversation with her because I was at a seminar as a guest and she was at a seminar as talent. And I remember talking to her outside and I was like, there's one thing that's been bothering me and I've got to tell you before I forget, because I'm one of those people, if I don't tell you, I'm not going to remember. And I'm going to be pissed that I forgot it. Her promos and her quality of vignette that she was filming and producing going into these shows that she was doing evolved light years so quickly. I'm talking like 4 to 6 months. It went from, it was already cool and it was like out of this world. I was like, that's the fastest I've ever seen anybody stick a promo and hold it.
There's an it factor there with her. I mean, she just gets it. You know, she's one of those people that when it comes to wrestling, whatever she takes on trying to do, she does well.
100%.
And this will be probably my third time I see them clash. So it's gonna be an amazing matchup, guaranteed. So the main event, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be electric. Doug Delicious defending his championship against Rhett Titus.
Yeah. Doug is the reigning and defending inaugural MATW heavyweight champion. He won a one-night tournament back in January and has held that title and successfully defended it night in and night out all across Virginia and the Carolinas since that time. A lot of people thought that he had met his match in Chase Emery and was going to be dethroned last Saturday, but he walked out victorious. And he is one of those guys. He's a little older than everyone. He's got more experience than everyone else. And he may not be the fastest or the strongest or the biggest or whatever, but he may very well be the smartest and the most experienced guy. And he is just a cagey veteran that people don't like, but they respect. And it's kind of like he'll get a victory and people are like, damn it. But I get it. Like, he's good. It's Doug Delicious.
Oh, yeah. Can you blame him? You just said it yourself. Like, he has that veteran mindset. You know, he's going to use that experience to his advantage. And it just goes to shows that he was the right man for the job to become champion and bring some prestige and some legitimacy behind that belt.
And I've known him for probably, I've known for probably 15 years. And he is the best, hands down, that he has been in the time that I've known him. He is so on right now. It's unbelievable to watch. And it's, you know, I sit there and I watch him and I marvel and I'm like, no one is as good as he is right now. No one is as good on the microphone, cutting a promo or doing an interview as he is right now. I mean, he is just so good, and he's going to join us tonight. And I don't need to tell you how good he is, because I'm sure he'll probably tell you how good he is.
Oh yeah, he probably will. But
I'm not going to sell his opponent short at all in this, because I was working an event with Rhett Titus either earlier this year or late last year. I don't quite remember when. We were in Charlotte or Monroe, North Carolina. It's been a bit, but I remember watching Rhett, and I was sitting there like, imagine that I've seen 1,000 matches in person.
Yep.
At this point, I've announced hundreds of shows, so I've seen thousands of these. When I see a match that takes me back to that fan that was a 5-year-old kid sitting in the floor, picking chips up off the carpet, watching wrestling, that's where Rhett Titus put me there.
Yeah.
There are 2 matches that have done it. One was Rhett's. And the other one I'm not going to name.
So good. Like,
fantastic.
I mean, he's wrestled around the world. He's been on television. He's on national television right now. I mean, he's so good. And again, this is a match that was supposed to be Dirty Money's shot at his hometown in front of his hometown fans and family and friends. And due to the tragedy that struck, obviously that's not happening. And we thought, like, my gosh, like, who can we get that can come in any way I don't want to say fill dirty shoes, but at least be someone who it doesn't look like a disappointment when we put him in the ring, to take his spot. And he actually had a hand in helping figure out who we got. And a lot of people may not know, but Rhett's wrestled a handful of MATW shows. He's very busy. He's very traveled. People see him like on Ring of Honor and sometimes on AEW, and he wrestles all over the place. But when he can, he's done a handful of shows for us. He did one in Richmond, and he did one over in the Northern Neck, and so he's been around, and he certainly is a top contender. And so he was kind of the natural person to slide into that main event spot. And I'm really, really eager to see these are two main event wrestlers and two experienced veterans. I'm curious to see how their styles will work together, how they'll clash. What will Rhett be the one that defeats Doug Delicious?
I think he might be, out of all the competitors, might be the one who actually has a chance. But we'll get into that in our predictions. We actually have some awesome talent in the green room waiting for us right now.
Fantastic.
All right. So we've got several competitors in the back. So we're going to find out real quick. Todd, do you want to hit them with the main event first, or you want to make this audience wait just a little bit?
Is Doug here?
Yes.
Doug's here as well. Is Party McFly here?
Yes.
Well, I thought the main event is Doug and
Doug and Rhett. Are they both here?
Yes.
Yep.
If you would like to bring them on, you can.
Well, no, I'm leaving it up to you.
Because Mr. O'Shea is also here.
Is here. O'Shea Edwards is here.
Let's do this. Let's bring in O'Shea real quick for a minute, and then we'll hit the main event after.
Okay.
We'll do that real quick.
Yeah, he was glaring at the video. We don't want to
feel it.
Let's not make him mad. So
no.
Let's.
I have to visit Maryland, and I don't want to have to watch my back in a couple of weeks when I go there. Okay?
Yeah, and the other guys we'll have them hang tight for just a minute, and we'll bring them on in a minute.
Very cool. All right. Welcome to the show, folks. O'Shea Edwards. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm all right. You got me in this green room, no snacks, no nothing. So, what else am I supposed to do?
But there's a PlayStation. Right? No? Okay.
So thank you for joining us. I know you're a busy man. And
Yep.
But I think it's important to have you on the show tonight. And the reason why I reached out to you was, yes, to talk about Friday night in Fairfax. But as we were just discussing, the match that you're involved in has kind of had a little fuel thrown on it based off of your actions this past Saturday at Scars and Stripes. Last I heard, you were in Europe and you were going to be there until it was time for Fairfax. What made you decide to hop a plane from Europe and to fly in and appear the way that you did last week?
First of all, before we get any further, I need to apologize. About my actions last Saturday, because I am so sorry that I didn't beat his ass longer. I should have just stomped him right there. Every little dude that was coming back, I should have stomped them too. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I didn't, but please believe the next time somebody else sticks their nose in my business, I will, because I don't care. You know why I did what I did? Because who's going to stop me? I sat there and listened you ramble on over this card about this guy's an up-and-comer, and this guy's this, and this guy's this, and this guy's this, and this guy's that. You know what, man? You know the one thing you didn't say outside of Rhett Titus? Stars. You have all these up-and-comers and all these veterans, and you have no stars at all. So you know why I came through last week? Because I'm a star, and I could do that type of thing, and I'm still going to get paid for it, and you're not going to stop me. If anything, you should be thanking me and kissing the ground that I walk on, because I probably sold out Fairfax for you just for that reason alone. You know why? Because I am a star. I've been on TV. I'm still on TV. Who else you got behind me who can do that? Yo, you had a tournament in June for a heavyweight championship, Holmes. I am an hour and a half down the road, and my phone was silent. You boys are scared of me. You boys have been scared of me because you know the minute you put me in the ring with your boys, I'm going to embarrass them. And that's exactly what I did last week. I embarrassed Ace Montana. And then that's what we do this week. I'm going to embarrass his ass again. You want to bring your young boys in there too? Guess what, man? They're going to learn a lesson of what happens when you step across the ring from me. This ain't business no more, Todd, buddy. This is personal now. This is super, super personal now. And I'm coming for everything you would let me have. I'm coming for all of it. And I'm coming for interest, Todd. It's coming out of your pockets. It's coming out of everybody else's pockets. I don't care if the fans don't like me. You know why? Because you're welcome for the house, Todd.
I agree with a lot of what you said. As far as the tournament goes, that's above my head as far as the booking of that tournament went. Fairfax, I started the show up by saying I'm a fan of yours, and I wanted you in Fairfax. Okay, why did you take it upon yourself, and specifically why Ace Montana last week in Yorktown? What about Ace? Was it?
Yeah, follow-up question, because I was gonna ask.
Please. Come on.
I'm assuming that you were trying to send a message not just to Ace Montana, but the rest of the locker room. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong, brother. This was more than just a message to the locker room. This is a message to everybody. And Todd, you can't play selective ignorance when it's like, well, back then I wasn't this, but you this now. Like, no, man, you are part of the establishment, which means you are part of the problem. Okay. And I am the solution to all of your problems. Because you know why? I'm going to take away everything that MATW loves. I'm going to take everything that they love and I'm going to destroy it until you guys understand that I've been in front of you the entire time and there's nothing greater than me. And if that means I have to crush everybody you put in front of me, I will. You know why? Because the fans cheer for Ace Montana. That's why I did it. And then next week, man, they're going to cheer for all your boys again. And I'm going to hurt them too. These boys don't understand what it means to be a professional wrestler, Todd. You put these boys with me, man, I'm going to hurt them. Oh, I'm going to hurt them. They may quit. They may quit on you. Sorry, dog.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to hop the barricade and attack a guy after he just had a brutal leather strap match. This Saturday, you're signed in a match. It's going to be face-to-face. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, man, I'm more than willing to do exactly what I did behind his back to his face. I got no qualms with it.
I do want to see him versus Chase one-on-one at some point, though. Like just for my entertainment, I want to see that.
Emery?
Yeah, I've been working around Chase since I started. So,
and I've seen O'Shea put in work.
You know what?
Times,
you'll probably see O'Shea and Chase go at it this Saturday because they're on opposite sides of the 6-man. So,
well, I mean one-on-one. I don't want any extras in there.
Well, speaking of extras, O'Shea, how do you feel about your teammates here on your side of the ring?
Yeah, the extreme.
Oh man, I mean, they all right. They cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing, man. If you're not across from me, hey man, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Either you're gonna be beside me or you're gonna be behind me. But if you're in front of me, sorry about your damn luck. Look, man, I got no qualms with those boys, man. They're actually pretty cool. Like my dad used to watch them growing up, man. So I'm pretty hype on them. You know what I'm saying? But like,
there's a mutual disdain for Ace Montana on that.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
Hey man, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
Well, go ahead, Davin.
No, I was going to say, is this your first time teaming up with him? And do you think that's going to become a factor? Do you don't think they're not going to get involved in your work that you could be putting in the other side of the ring?
Look, man, they're a team, you know, so those boys are a cohesive unit. I'm not going to try to like let my ego or my pride get in the middle of like a cohesive unit because that's kind of dumb. It's kind of real. That's real. It's self-sabotage. I ain't trying to do all that. But when I'm in there doing my thing, yo, do me a favor, boys, just watch my back, stay the hell out my way, and let me do my thing. Because that's the only thing I really care about. Like, they want to put me in 6-man, man. That's cool. That's great. Yo, awesome. Cool. you can only circle around this so much. I'm going to destroy everybody, God. I'm gonna hurt everybody. You can't stop me from doing it, man. Because you know why? I'm gonna keep bringing money to the door, man.
Hey, you know what?
They're gonna hate me and they're gonna love me for it.
As Bill Watts said, that ring is neutral ground, and you can make a name for yourself, and you can take out as many guys as you want in that ring. Because I can guarantee you, just off of chatter and conversation I've had, you're gonna have more than your fair share of singles matches coming up. The MATW schedule this second half of the year is going to be ridiculous. And so fans all across the Mid-Atlantic are going to get a chance to see you in the ring. So
I mean, O'Shea looks like he's going to have a good time. He's dropping bodies, and at the end of the night, he's going to be taking home the bag. So it's a win-win for him. So you already answered
for 12 o'clock.
And you answered one question already. You already told me what you're going to tell, what your thoughts on, and what do you tell your teammates? What do you have to say to your opponents and Ace Montana?
Be honest with you, boys. Like, this really isn't anything personal against y'all. It's just you guys are the short straw, and you across from me. That's all it is. And if anything, be mad at Todd for being stupid enough to tell me like who I'd be in the ring with, and then maybe I won't cut my like excursion short to like soften them up. You know why? Because I'm an opportunist. You can be mad at all you want to. You just mad you didn't do it first. But once again, man, I'm a star. I'm gonna show you how stars wrestle. I'm gonna show you how stars get down, and maybe you'll actually learn something. And when it comes to Ace, man, I just tell you to your face.
Any last words for the fans? Anything else you want to plug in before this weekend?
Man, listen. Some of your fans like a lot of choice words for me back in Yorktown. So I'm gonna tell them all like this. Man, listen, y'all can boo me all you want to. Like, I don't care. Already got your money. Enjoy the show.
I'm looking forward to this match.
It sounded there was that tone of voice, Todd. Like you have something up your sleeve. You know what? You love it or hate it.
There's nothing up my sleeve. I'm just saying I'm looking forward to seeing this match because there's a lot of dynamics playing into it. So.
Love or hate it, I'm gonna have to agree. I think it's just smart strategy on O'Shea Edwards. He knew who his opponent was going to be, and then he saw an opportunity and he took it. You can't hate him for it.
Nope.
No,
I don't necessarily agree with what he did, but I don't
agree.
It's tacticulating.
You need to really stop with that word. You need to stop with that word. Because but realistically though, if I was in Yorktown last week and I seen this walking refrigerator over below me here on the screen jump the barricade and beat the brakes off of somebody, and then I find out that he's going to be in a match the very next week, guess who's leaving Yorktown to go to Fairfax?
Yeah,
I know for a fact that there were fans from Yorktown that are traveling to Fairfax.
I'd have done it in a heartbeat because that makes it's like, oh, I want to see them really go at it in a match, not just him beat the shit out of him. I want to see him actually get in the ring and have a good match. So
on that, I think O'Shea, your flowers are deserved. Your thank yous are well deserved. So thank you for coming on here and gracing us with your presence and allowing the time, especially with your busy schedule. And I know you're jet lagged.
So y'all cutting into my dinner time. You're cutting my dinner time now, so we gotta hustle up. I gotta eat.
We can let you go, man.
And then you get up at 4 to hit the gym. So
yes, exactly.
I remember that from last time.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Bye, Todd. I see you in a few days, buddy.
I'll be there.
Have a good one, man.
Thank you, O'Shea.
Thank you. Dude, that guy is freaking nuts, but he's one of my favorite people to listen to. Everybody can say what they want to about anything they want to. I don't care about a lot of things. When you stand on business the way he does, and another name that comes to my brain is Huckabee. Will Huckabee, same way. When I hear guys like him talk the way that they talk about this it gets the pumper going. You know what I'm saying? It
True.
gets the blood going, because that right there is what I want to get invested in. You know what I'm saying? In a show.
I don't know if I want to get invested with that.
Todd, you got a bigger return on your investment here. It's a high risk investment. I think it was worth it.
How I rope into any of this, other than I'm a referee in MATW and I help book in Fairfax. I don't understand what his content towards me is and all that. And so
I guess we'll find out this weekend. Good luck.
You should have used this opportunity to clear the air then, because he's under the impression that you're part of the powers that be.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll probably clear that up.
Not accurate. You might have wanted to clear that up, because his big ass might throw you up and over the top rope. Now, he didn't hit you. You can't disqualify him. I don't know if throwing you up and over the rope counts.
Or throwing somebody at you?
No,
that's
throw him
not
up
a
and over.
Why don't we move on another match here?
All right.
Let's get it up.
We got the main event. Let's bring the main event
right
on.
into it.
All right. So bringing on first is your MATW heavyweight champion. That's Doug Delicious. Welcome to the show, sir.
Going on?
Oh, not much. And his opponent, Ring of Honor alumni, been all over the place, Mr. Rhett Titus. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you?
How's it going? Yeah, we can hear you.
Loud and clear.
Cool. I never did this one before. It's StreamYard or whatever. So
yeah, it's
new one for me. All these different people all over the place. It's wild.
So we can have up to 10 at one time.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
You have a battle royal in here, huh?
Yeah,
pretty much. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for taking your time for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
We've already been hyping it up. We've been letting the fans know this is a huge matchup. Doug, you're defending your title against Rhett Titus.
That's right.
This is going to be the huge matchup. Doug, how do you feel about Rhett Titus coming up now, being the contender here for this matchup?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't faze me at all. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that, you know, I've been around a long time. I'm a veteran, and you know, I've worked TV too. I've been in the ring with, you know, Wahoo McDaniel, Jerry the King Lawler, the Road Warrior, CM Punk. I've been Pele kicked by AJ Styles. I've wrestled the Amazing Red 3 nights in a row back in 2002. So, I mean, honestly, I mean, it's just another day at the office for me. I mean, as far as Rhett, we wrestled together at a little organization down on Harper's Ferry called PCW around the same time. And, you know, we never really exchanged too many words, but, you know, he was always nice and polite, and I've always respected his work. And, but it's just another day at the office. Am I intimidated? Am I scared? Absolutely not. I'm actually looking forward to this match. I'm looking forward to getting in there. And it's definitely going to be, you know, with some of the young guys that I've been wrestling here lately. Todd, how do I seem to beat them? It's all psychology. It's all psychology is how I beat them. And with Rhett, it's going to be a little different because he's been around. So, you know, am I worried? No. But there again, everybody knows that a good big guy will beat a good little guy any day of the week. And unfortunately for Rhett, that's what's going to happen this Saturday in Fairfax.
I wouldn't necessarily call Rhett a little guy.
No.
I mean, he's a good-sized guy. He's been around, and he's probably one of the most seasoned guy you've wrestled thus far in MATW.
Well, I mean, yeah, Todd, I just said that. I just said he was littler.
Okay.
I mean, what you didn't hear what I just said for the last 5 minutes?
It's fine.
I said I respect the guy and I respect everything he's done. But then again, I mean, I'm not name dropping. Should I name drop some more? Because Lord knows I can name drop. I've been in the ring with them all, and I've beaten them all, and I've lost to some. So I'm really, this is just another day at the office for me.
rebuttal? Just another day in the office, he said, Rhett.
Hey, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Doug as well. And, he's talking like he's, this long-term veteran, which he is, and, I've been on shows with him before. I never really got to talk to him too much, kind of like you said, so, but, at MATW, they got different locker rooms and that sort of thing. So I didn't really get to, pick his brain or anything or see how he is personally. But right now, he says he's respecting me, but I'm not really feeling the respect. But one thing that Doug has to remember is this is not my first rodeo. I am not, one of the young kids that you can pick on and bully and that sort of thing. I've been to the dance before and I've danced with many different people. And I can do the tango, I can do the salsa, I can do the damn Macarena. But when I come to Fairfax, I'm coming to dance all over. Doug Disgusting.
Well, okay. I mean, that's good that you're coming to dance because I'm coming to wrestle.
Hey,
that's what I'm coming to do. And I'm coming to show everybody. And once again, I am the only real Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. And I've proven that for the last, Todd, 6-7 months. There's not one person that can beat me. Not one person.
Well, it's a great accomplishment winning that MATW championship in that tournament. The only reason why you won that tournament is because I wasn't in it. I have an interesting task at hand this weekend. Because this wasn't supposed to be my title shot. It was supposed to be for Dirty Money, and tragedy took place, and Dirty's no longer with us. Now I feel the responsibility of all of Dirty Money's fans and friends and family members to live out what Dirty Money would have done if he was still here today in his hometown, and that is defeating Doug Disgusting for the MATW Heavyweight Championship.
You like using disgusting, don't you?
That's your name, isn't it? I was watching your match.
He must have talked to Ron before this. Ron must have prompted him on how to do the cut of promo before this even took place.
I watched your match, and last time I was at MATW, and I was very impressed. Gotta say, you're a big guy, very physical, and the whole crowd was behind you. They were all chanting, "Doug Disgusting." So when me and you go at it, it'll be an absolute honor.
Yeah, well, we will. But there's one thing, with that being said, I am very physical, very, very physical in the ring. Actually, guys complain about me how I manhandle them. And I know you're not used to that type of, being manhandled because you are considered the king of the spot monkeys on the indies. So let's just get that straight right now. So you can guarantee it that I'm going to manhandle you.
Oh, my gosh. Doug, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at your nameplate right now. Delicious? Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry. I thought that was your gimmick, Doug Disgusting. With the ugly face and the screwed up haircut. I thought that was your gimmick. I thought that was your thing. Oh, Doug Delicious. What the hell's delicious about you?
I'm excited for the matchup because you have two clearly awesome competitors who have gone up and down the road. Rhett, you have a ton of titles under your belt as well. Doug, you said it yourself. Let me pick that up. You name dropped a lot of people, and you have fought against big names and big competitors. What do you think? Just a question for the both. What do you think is the advantage you guys are going to have in the matchup? What's the advantage, Doug, that you have? Rhett, what do you think is the advantage that you have coming into this matchup?
For me, coming into the matchup, there again, nothing changes. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to be with Rhett. It is going to be a little different because he has been around you, not like that stupid Blade Brown and Chase Emery. These guys, I played with them. Psychology wise, they just don't have it. It's gonna be a little different with Rhett, and I understand that. But there again, The type of wrestler I am, I don't think Rhett's going to be able to handle it. I'm going to be all over him. I'm going to manhandle him. And you know what? I'm the champion. I don't have to beat that. Really, he's got to beat me. If he wants the title, he's got to beat me.
That's.
And if he can, that's fine. I'll take it like a man, but it's not going to happen. For one, I'm not letting no little guy beat me. Sorry, but that's just the way it is.
I mean,
I don't care. I do not care. I do not care what it takes. I will retain the Mid-Atlantic title no matter what. That belt is not coming off my waist. Not Saturday, and not anytime in the near future. Period.
Usually one of my biggest strengths in my matches is my experience factor. Not many times do I get to wrestle people that have been wrestling longer than I have, which that's the circumstance I'm under this weekend. So with that being said, another one of my strengths is my gas tank. So, however long this match goes, whether it be 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, I'm just getting warmed up at that point. As the match goes on, I get stronger and stronger, and my confidence begins to build even more. So, you can sit here and call me a spot monkey. That's something I've never been called before, or a little guy. But you will see how little I am when I am hoisting you up and dropping you down on your dome and caressing through the sky with a beautiful drop kick right upside your head and putting you away for the 1, 2, 3.
Okay, well, that's funny, Rhett, because Todd, you referee just about all my matches. How long does it take for me to get going? Honestly, what am I known for? My title matches run how? Anywhere between 20, 25 minutes.
I won't necessarily argue some of that. Right?
But, I'm sorry. I'm not in there flipping and flopping around like you, like a fish out of water.
He takes this time.
I'm taking my time. I'm strategically stalling. You can call it stalling, you can call it whatever, because I'm watching you, I'm observing you, I'm watching your body movements.
It's almost the tortoise and the hare in some ways.
This is the problem with a lot of you trampoline cowboys and spot monkeys. Up here, you can go in there and do all the flops you want. But while you're doing all that, I'm thinking. I'm constantly thinking. That's one thing about being, a vet. Believe me, back in the day, I used to do all kinds of stuff too. But now since I've gotten older, I'm more mature, I'm a lot more smarter. Psychology-wise, a whole hell of a lot smarter. And I guarantee it, I will be Saturday. And if you want to go, if you want to go 15, 20, 25, let's do it. It doesn't matter to me. Todd knows how I am. I beg to go longer. You want to go 45 minutes? Let's go 45 minutes.
Todd, you should sign this for a 60-minute Iron Man match now. What are we doing here?
True.
Because believe me, I'm not going to sit there and watch him flip and flop around and run me around everywhere. The first chance I get, I'm going to ground him. And when I ground him, I'm going to beat you right into that mat. Period. I'm the Mid-Atlantic champion, Brett. I'm the Mid-Atlantic champion, the only recognized real Mid-Atlantic champion. And I will be Saturday night. By the end of the night, I still will be that champion. So you do whatever you want. You want to come in and do all your flipping and flopping, you go right ahead. Because while you're flipping and flopping, I'm going to be kicking your teeth in.
Mr. Delicious, I don't know if you ever watched one of my matches, but
yeah,
I don't know if I've ever done a flip in my life. Yeah. If you want to take me down to the ground is where I excel, because they don't call me the professional because I've been flipping and flopping around. I am the professional because I take people out, and I take people out with technical precision. So anytime you watch one of my matches, you've probably seen something that you may never have seen before.
Sure.
And you can't study a guy that comes out the woodwork with something new all the time. I always got a trick up my sleeve and something in my back pocket, and you're going to find that out come Saturday night.
All right. Well, I mean, just to let you know, I did try to watch one of your matches the other night, and I fell asleep within the first 5 minutes. So, but it was good. I didn't have to take Mike War's equal. So thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, any last words, gentlemen, to each other and to the fans before this big matchup this Saturday?
I'm just saying, everybody come out. I'm excited. I'm always excited. I always got my game face on. Like I said, I am the real Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Not like all these little barnyard leagues that got the Mid-Atlantic champion. This is the real Mid-Atlantic championship. I am the real Mid-Atlantic champion. Period. This is just another match to me. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're wrestling Rhett Titus. You're wrestling Rhett Titus." Yeah, and I respect what he's done. I respect everything he's done. But then again, he better respect what I've done.
You should say I am the Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling Champion a few more times. Get it out of your system now. Keep saying it. Say it Thursday. Say it Friday.
I say it all the time.
You won't be
Because that
able
belt
to say
means
it
everything
anymore.
to me.
You will now be saying, this will be your new phrase. I am the former Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. I lost that championship to Rhett Titus in Fairfax, Virginia on the 15th of June. And
Good.
everybody that comes out to Fairfax on Saturday night, they're going to see it. And it's going to be a celebration of life. It's going to be a celebration of wrestling. It's going to be a celebration of Dirty Money as well. So my thoughts and prayers are with his family and his friends, and I will be thinking about him all through the week, and most importantly on Saturday night, because like I said earlier, I got to live up to what Dirty Money would do. And Dirty Money was a great man, and I have to fulfill his legacy by defeating Doug. And also, guys, hopefully you can edit out that little part about, me calling him Doug Disgusting earlier. I'm sorry.
This is live. This isn't a recorded thing. We are live. We have, there's over 20 people watching this live right now. Just on
you're all over the Twitters and the Twitch and the YouTube. Sorry. Yeah.
Rhett, believe me, it doesn't bother me.
You're not the only person who's
I'm not one of these people. I'm not soft like most people. I've been called worse. I will be called worse. It doesn't matter to me. It's just words. But come Saturday night in Fairfax, you better be talking more than words.
Hey, I won't need to talk on Saturday night. My wrestling will do my talking.
Oh, that's right. You're going to be dancing, aren't you? You're going to be dancing while I'm kicking your teeth in.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Well, there you have it. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
MATWTix.com. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
MATWTix.com.
Yeah.
There you have it. Your main event, fans. The only way you're going to see these two clash is this Saturday in Fairfax, Virginia, Northern Virginia, at the JCC. Rhett Titus, Doug Delicious, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Not a problem.
All right. And thank you, guys. That is going to be a hell of a main event.
I got a little tense there.
I don't know what's in the air tonight, but
well, Rhett was making me hungry because I kept seeing the Subway sign in the background. But other than that,
is there anyone else in the green room, or are we done?
Yes, we actually got
Fly in the green room. But
let's bring him on to end this on a positive note. He's been waiting a while.
He has. We've got comments to catch up on. David has rolled from piece to piece really quickly tonight, so we weren't able to catch the comments. We'll bring on McFly.
Hold tight,
that
party,
way
we're coming.
That way he's not sitting in the back chilling. I'll just bring him on, and then we'll run through the comments, and then we'll talk to Party McFly.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, we can. What is up?
All right, let's do it.
Welcome, McFly.
Checking in, Luke Childers, the Bottom Line Podcast, chimed in. He said, how are y'all doing tonight? He wanted to know where the show was.
Not good.
Lee Petrie said Fairfax. We was telling him where the show was, and then Luke was asking who the owner of the show was, and Lee told him it was me. No, I don't own MATW. I don't. No, that's a whole different thing.
Ron Kitchen and Brandon Bailey are the two owners of the promotion.
Yep.
So it is Ron. It is Ron. So that's I got confused because they said Ron taught you how to promo, and I'm like, dude, you weren't in my class last night. What are you talking about? That's bad.
Not everything's about you,
This dude
Ron.
right here, Kevin Erickson messaged me earlier today. He has a money gun that he's bringing to shoot dirty money out of.
That's excellent.
That's awesome.
That's kind of gimmick infringement on Party McFly because he's got his little bad blaster that he shoots. So there's going to be a lot of stuff flying through the air on Saturday night.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, Kevin. We can blast them all together.
Awesome.
Clifford was saying, hey to everybody, what's up? Clifford Stanley is one of our referees here in the Carolinas.
Hello,
Cliffy. TLD stuck in a car interview.
Yes. Yes, and look at this. Jamie Boland checking in. Dude, I know you're in King George. You need to. So listen, real careful. Head back towards that Wawa, hook to right, and rock up that side road there, and stay on that until you hit 3. Then stay on 3 until you get up there even further. Just ride 3. Don't get on 95. But go to Fairfax this weekend. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, we had a great show last fall, maybe in Colonial Beach.
Yeah. I almost bought a house there because I used to work at AP Hill.
Yeah. Okay.
So I almost bought a house in that area.
If you don't know, Doug, don't ask, buddy.
Oh, there we go. Can't wait for Saturday after this. Right.
I
agree with Shannon on that.
Hey, that's my sister.
Okay.
She'll be selling concessions. So if anyone wants to meet her, buy a hot dog on Saturday night and you can meet her.
All right, then. Now we're talking.
Speaking of the owners of the promotion, one of them is calling me right now. So I'm going to tell him I'll hit him back.
Okay. He should be watching the show.
He should be on. He should be on. If he wants, he can come on. Send him a link.
He should be watching the show.
Businessman.
True.
But he doesn't know. He does not hold back at all.
No, he does not.
The Wrestling Wire is the best place to come for what's hot in the Indies. I see a match being booked before my eyes.
It's already booked for this Saturday.
No. I think Scott was behind on a little bit of that. So Scott might have been talking about a different scenario because
as long as I'm not involved, we're cool.
Right? Hey, look, I'll announce it and you can ref it, but I just want to see O'Shea and Chase one-on-one. We can do this. But yes,
I think he's I like both these guys. Hey.
Yeah, Doug Delicious and Red Titus. Red Titus is awesome to work with. So that's going to be a really fun match. Party McFly. Brother. What are you feeling going into this weekend?
Hometown hero, by the way. Give it up. DMV homie. Hey, Party McFly.
Where are you coming from in the DMV?
Originally from Ashburn area. Brambleton to be specific.
Okay. Yeah. Man, look.
Ashburn.
You know the townhomes right there at 7 and 15?
Okay.
I built half of them.
Ron gets around. He builds a lot of houses.
That's been a long time ago, though, Jack. I've been a lot of stuff out there.
So McFly, I gotta ask, you're going against a huge competitor here, and he's making his return back, and you're his first matchup back. You got to feel either honored or set up, or what's going through your head?
Definitely not set up. More honored than anything. Look, this is a great opportunity for me. Okay. I'm against Spencer Slade, and I respect everything that he's done. This man has worked for everything that he's accomplished. And with that being said, he has a bad attitude. So Party McFly is here to lighten him up.
Dang. Okay.
So Party, as I don't know how much you were watching earlier from the green room. I gave you some props. You have grown and improved and really started to make a name for yourself in MATW. You got a vicious right hand too. You busted open old Reggie Collins at the last Fairfax show and had a little tiff with him that culminated this past Saturday with you winning a tape fist match at Scars and Stripes. And probably your biggest win, I would say, so far in MATW. A week before that, he was going toe-to-toe with Preston Quinn of the Extreme Horsemen down in West Point, Virginia. I was fortunate to be in the ring officiating that match, and Party held his own without sounding disrespectful more than I thought he would against a veteran like that. So curious to see Curious to see what happens this Saturday with him and Spencer, because we had signed Party to wrestle in Fairfax, and we had actually bounced through a couple of different opponents. And every time we had someone there that to announce, something happened and it fell through. And we were contacted by Spencer Slade right after one of those moments, and thus we have the match that we have right now. It was kind of the perfect storm. So maybe it was meant to be that way all along, but we'll see. And I'm looking forward to seeing the match for sure. So
let me add to that too, Todd. First thing is, yes, I've survived twice against the Horsemen, CW included. And I went down on both times, but I'm going to earn that win. Now, moving on to Spencer Slade. You guys had me waiting on pins and needles. I was like, I see this announcement and this announcement. And be sure, I'll definitely be in Gorilla watching Doug Delicious. But nonetheless, I was ecstatic when I found out I was going against Spencer Slade, because like I said, this is an opportunity for me. Not only did I just come off the biggest win, I'm about to go into the biggest match that I've had, the toughest match that I've had. I'm not taking them lightly. I've been in the gym day and night, twice, up and down. I'm barely even getting any sleep because I want to make sure that I am right, body and mind.
Awesome. So you're getting Party ready for this weekend is what you're saying. You're getting the money gun.
You're getting ready this weekend.
Fantastic. So I have to say, this is probably going to be your litmus test for you. Him coming back and you're getting off that big win. You're really coming in after that, big one up. So you feel like the momentum's going for you here. You think it's going to help you out this weekend as well? You're going to feel that momentum. You can just carry you over for a big W this weekend.
So, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to sound arrogant or anything. It does, in the fact of not that long ago, about maybe 3-4 weeks back, I had my own title shot against Doug Delicious. And I noticed he didn't mention me. And it's probably because I had him rocking and rolling. He's not the only one. Reggie Collins is the only one I busted up in MATW. Okay. All right. He's still the champ, and it is what it is. My point that I'm getting at is I've been derailed to get back to my rematch by Reggie Collins. And now that I've got him out of the way, my mind is clear. My mind is focused. Ultimate goal is to be MATW champion, and I got to go through and step up to whoever I need to get back to that spot.
He did bust open Doug Delicious.
And you survived?
Well, with all due respect, the match ended quickly after that. Doug, I think, saw the crimson mask flowing down his face and kicked it in overdrive. But yeah, Party McFly here. He's the blood hunter over here. He's busting over everyone open. So if I was Spencer, I'd watch out Saturday night. You never know. So
I would have been, if I was a betting man, just looking at the poster, not knowing you, not knowing Spencer, I'd have put money on Spencer. I would have.
And you know what? To be honest with you, to be fair, I can't even blame you on that. Like I said, this is going to be my toughest opponent to date by far.
But momentum is a very real thing.
Right.
And
I was just about to say,
is riding a wave right now through MATW. I mean, he's on his surfboard and he's listening to the Beach Boys and cruising on through. So, you know,
fun. That's right.
That's it. So, yeah, I mean, again, every match on the show, and we're gonna review them here, recap them in a second. Party, you can stick around and give us your thoughts on these, but it's a loaded show. I mean, there's not a single match on this show that I cannot wait. And me having been the local promoter here in Northern Virginia, the DC area, and having a hand in putting this show together, I've known about these matches since before we announced them, and I've been looking forward to this show. Scars and Stripes was huge. It was a great show last week. Biggest show we've had in MATW. But I was looking beyond that a week to this Saturday because I just knew what was booked and what was coming and what the fans are in for. And it's hands down. And I know two big national promotions are coming to town. One next week in Fairfax, and the other in DC next month or month after. But you're not going to see a show with the booking and the logic and the storylines and the emotion and that you're going to get at MATW. If I was anywhere within driving distance of Fairfax, I would be there on Saturday night because we have a loaded card from top to bottom. So,
and plus Party McFly is going to be there.
He's part of that. Yeah. It's always a party when Party McFly is there.
It's going to be live. And speaking of momentum, let's not forget, once again, I am the hometown crowd. So I'm going to have the fans up there with me alongside.
That can give a psychological advantage. And we'll talk about that in a second because we're going to go down and do our predictions.
You know, I must say that Manny Lowe is also from the DC area. Ooh. Not Northern Virginia. He's from the wrong side of the river originally. He's down in South Carolina or whatever now, but I think he may be bringing some family and friends there as well. So
let's party.
Him and I we worked a show in Charlotte together as well, and him and I talked about that. We thought it was funny as hell because I was born right there in Arlington or Alexandria, whatever,
somewhere.
Same thing, same difference. I was born like right there. And that weird crossway.
And then I was in St. Mary's County where it's nothing but tobacco and the water. And those are your choices. So, yeah, well, they're up in the higher parts. They're in Mechanicsville and shit. I was down in the county. I was
Maryland.
All
right. Moving to the car. Let's give our predictions
Hey, and
here.
Maryland is part of the Mid-Atlantic territory region, so you never know, Maryland. Keep your eyes peeled. Something might be coming your way one of these days.
Party McFly, one question. We're getting ready to do our predictions for the night. And I know most of the time wrestlers don't like getting involved in predicting everything going on at a show. So it is up to you if you want to hang out or if you want to say, you know, where the fans can follow you online to know where to come see you besides this Saturday.
Listen here, Ron. I'm not like most wrestlers. Let's go.
I like this kid.
Look, I ain't mad at you. David, you're getting ready to fire that off. I'm going to catch us up on comments and then we're going to head to it. Scott Larson was talking about the Iron Man match between Rhett and Doug. Okay. That would be.
They got 60 minutes. Yeah, you know, we'll see.
Just turn it to an Iron Man.
Yeah,
just perfect party. Yep, the perfect party. Talking about Party McFly.
That dude came to a wrestling show in Ranson, West Virginia, dressed as me. So I don't know what that says about him.
Kevin Erickson did?
He's a fan, awesome. I guess. Is that right, buddy?
I would have paid to see that.
He said, wait till you fight aging. Stay young, kid.
Young kid. Yeah, good point.
And Chris Thunder Anderson, a professional wrestler in our region, he said thank you, man. I'll talk about that tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, but thank you.
Yeah, I ran a semi-seminar. It wasn't a seminar. It was a semi-seminar last night. We'll talk about that tomorrow, though.
A seminar.
It was a semi. Well, it was a semi-seminar.
A seminar.
Seminar. I get it.
But
that's right. All right, predictions. I'm gonna start it off here.
I knew you would. I want to get this. Get to this one.
No, I'm sorry. I know you wanted to wait, but I gotta pop this one out because, dude, I've seen Blade. I've seen Chase. I know Ace. I know the Extreme Horseman, and I know O'Shea Edwards. I've seen all these guys. I'm sorry, but I'm going with the veteran team on this one, O'Shea and the Extreme Horseman.
You know, I can see. I mean, there's a lot of experience on that side of the ring. Ace is the veteran on his team, but man, I mean, Blade Brown was upset this past week. Chase Emery got beat by Doug. Everyone thought he was going to win the title. Those guys are hungry for a win here, you know, and so I'm curious to see how they bounce back from their, you know, losses they had. You know, one thing we didn't mention at all this show tonight was the fact that Kevin Kelly is now a part of MATW and debuted on the commentary team last week, and he was impressed with what he saw, and there were some people in particular that he was really high on. Blade Brown is one of them. He was like, wow, that dude, more people should know who he is. Blade Brown's really good, and he's really
seeing that kid's progression and seeing him work in person. That kid is blowing up, and he just has that look, that charisma, that hunger, and he's a force to be reckoned with. And I guarantee you, he is going to be a huge star, or he's on his way up there.
He is, and we have a handful of guys in MATW, Party being one that you could say that for. But we're doing predictions here, and honestly, I'm not trying to cop out here or sit on the fence. I don't know who's going to win this match. I can see it go any direction here. I can also see it just not be contained in the ring and it spills out of it, and who knows what happens. There's so many dynamics at play in this match. I don't know if I want to ref it or if I want to assign the other ref the match and sit back and watch it. I mean, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, lots of wild cards here. It's going to be just a clash, a war, really, in that ring. But the big factor here is O'Shea Edwards and the damage he somewhat already dealt to Ace Montana. Now, these are two big competitors, not just physically, but their personalities and just the way that they present themselves. Do you know the crowd's going to be behind it? You know the crowd's behind Ace. That might be a factor. But I think my money's going to go on Team Extreme Horseman and Edwards this weekend.
I cannot argue that. Anybody else? Party.
Well, I've got to say, I've been in the locker room with O'Shea a few times, and every time I've seen him win or lose, he's always dominated. We got the Extreme Horsemen, and they go without being said. With that said, though, you got the wild man, the wild card himself, Big Ace Montana, baby. Uh-oh. And you got the young bloods of Chase and Blade, the three of us, different journeys, but still cut from the same cloth. If I'm losing money, I'm standing by my guys. Ace, Chase, and Blade all day.
There you go.
All right. Okay, moving on to the next one. Oh, here we go. Party McFly.
Let's save Party for last because I'm curious what he says here on this one. Okay.
All right.
No, I don't mean that. I mean his.
All right. Oh, I knew what he meant.
Because I don't know where I don't know where he's going with this. You know.
True. Ron, why don't you start this one off, or not? Todd, you start this one off.
Me start this one. I love Party. I've grown to get to know him very well since the inception of MATW, and I'm a big fan of his. That said, I think he's going to be on the short end of the stick on Saturday night, and I think it's not even going to be close. Sorry, dude.
Ooh. Ouch. Look, after
Spencer's just a machine. I mean, I'm sorry, but he's a machine. I don't see any way that Party wins this match. And that's not a knock against Party.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I respect it. Spencer Slade is a hell of a competitor. Yeah, he's a hell of a competitor. And just the size difference, but I there's one thing I like is variables. And McFly is already on on a streak here, right? That right hand seems to be quite dangerous. So
it's the kiss that don't miss.
Yeah. So I think this could be quite the styles clash as well, right? I think as long as Party McFly is able to make sure he's not grounded and try to go ground game against Slade, he will probably have a good chance here. As long as he keeps the party vibes high, I think he actually may have a chance to win this.
I like to fly, but I can wrestle as well.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually going to be another question I had before I gave my prediction. McFly, I gotta know, how old are you, man? I'm serious.
You'd be surprised to. I'll ask you. I'll answer a question with a question.
Ooh.
Take a guess.
I'm
19.
No, hell no. I would have said it anywhere from 24 to 27.
Okay, yeah, pretty close. Yep, about 27.
All right, so, and you said you was from Ashburn, right?
Correct.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions so I can really get a good basis here. Did you hang out in Catoctin at all?
I did not.
All right. Did you hang out at Fair Oaks?
I have a couple times.
All right. You was in Bradford though?
Bradford.
What does this have to do with the matchup?
No,
do you have a point with this?
Does. Yeah, I do. Dickhead, if you would let me speak, what I'm trying to figure out is, all right, I know the kid is 27 years old. So therefore, 20 years ago, when I was in that area, and 15 years ago when I was still in that area, and hell, 10 years ago when I was still in that, I know where this kid grew up. So if I can identify where he was and what he was going through, I can tell how hard that ass is. So I'm telling you that if I knew where he was hanging out, I could tell you whether or not he could take Spencer Slade.
Well, let me give you a little backstory on Party McFly.
All right, then.
Party McFly moved to a little place called Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Oh, usually with the Bumpkins.
About roughly 2012, because he was kicked out of Loudoun County schools. I'm just saying.
Wow. Okay.
And you went to Martinsburg.
And they even have schools in Martinsburg?
They do, but a lot of it's teaching how to make moonshine and shit.
It's like one room. Hey, you know what? I'll give Marty, good God. Party McFly.
Marty.
I'm revealing my favorite movie of all time here.
Oh, God.
I'll give Party a little props here. This is an outdated picture. Party's been hitting the gym hard, and this is that's not the Party in that picture who's showing up Saturday night. He's a little got some muscle to him right now, and is getting cut up a little bit.
I'm gonna go with McFly, and I'm gonna say why. Because earlier, like I said, my money would have been on Spencer Slade. Looks like, what's the guy from? That's what he reminds me of. The wrestler, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head.
Nope, because you dropped. So, and he's back.
All right,
Ron, you there?
On with the show.
On with the show. All right. I don't know what he was going with that, but apparently you look like someone. But I think he's going with you to take this one here, McFly.
Awesome.
All
Last
right.
time I made a prediction, he went against me, so that's a pleasant surprise to me. So,
all right, moving on to the next one: Manny Lo versus Phoenix Fury. The one match is going to start things off here at the show this Saturday. What a way to start the matchup! What a way to start the night! This is going to be an amazing match. Who wants to go first on this one? McFly, you want to give your predictions first?
You know what? I do believe this can go either way. Manny Lo has surprised me in the past. So it's kind of a coin flip on this one to me, to be honest with you. But I've definitely seen Phoenix Fury, and I love how he can go. You know what? I love luchadors at heart. I may have to go with Phoenix on this one.
All right.
You touched on a great point there, Party. These matches are all so close and down the middle. That just shows the level of competition in MATW and how paired up these matches are and the level of competition that we have coming to Fairfax. They can all be coin tosses, right? But as I said with Party a couple of minutes ago, momentum is a very real thing. And Manny Lowe came into Scars and Stripes this past week and pinned Blade Brown, who was one of the fastest rising guys there. So, will he carry that momentum over this week in Fairfax, or will he have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder and Phoenix gets the best of him? I kind of think that Manny may keep that rolling, and so I'm coin toss, but I think maybe I'll give the slight edge right now to Manny Lowe.
I can't fault you there. Can't fault you.
No, I know I can't. I think that's gonna be my choice as well. I've seen both of these competitors in the ring. Like you said, it's gonna be I've said this before. It's gonna be a high octane, fast matchup, especially with Phoenix Fury bringing in that luchador style. But Manny Lowe, he could be unpredictable as well. And I've seen him from down in the Carolinas here at Firestar and other places locally. And I got to hand it, the kid has, from watching his matches and watching him level up to the way he, in the position that he is right now, I think he has the advantage here with Phoenix Fury. I think strength-wise, and I think if you're able to ground Phoenix Fury and just grab a hold of him and bring in some of that technical style that he can pull off, Manny Lowe's going to take the win here.
Very good.
Ron, are you there? You would like to give your position, your prediction there? Guess we still don't have Ron. Yeah, I think he's still got something wrong with the Wi-Fi. But we'll just, the show must go on, so we're just going to go on to the next one here. But I say Manny. Todd, you say
Manny.
McFly, you say.
I'm still with Phoenix.
All right, still with Phoenix. Ron, you're back.
We'll assign Phoenix Fury to Ron, so we got it 50-50.
Yeah, we'll just say he says Phoenix because we can't hear him. No, he says no. He says Manny Lowe is going to take the win. Uh-oh. There we go.
3-1.
He's pantomiming,
okay,
but it works. It's kind of better. That way we don't hear him talking or rambling about Maryland.
Very good.
We'll on to the next matchup. Here we go. Black Wall Street.
You know what? I'm not even gonna take up time here. My prediction is Black Wall Street, baby.
I share in that sentiment.
Yeah, same.
Nothing against Aiden Chambers and Dustin Tarr. They're great wrestlers.
Yes.
They're a good team. But Black Wall Street has been around for a long time, and these guys have been teaming, and I think with a little more regularity. And I think they just may have a little bit of a chemistry edge as a team. I mean, they're just you know.
Look, I love my boys Bad Magic all day, but last time we were in Fairfax, they took them to the limit.
Yeah,
they did. Their debut match, they went against the tag champions. What was actually the first MATW tag title defense ever. And they did. They took them to the limit. They came out on the short end of the stick, and that's not a knock against Black Wall Street, because I mean, a lot of people thought that Bad Magic was going to get, beaten this past week by the Extreme Horsemen, and they defeated him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring and retained those titles. So Black Wall Street's a really good team. And I know that they've been trying to get their foot in the door in MATW and get rolling. And so I know they're going to be looking to try and get in the win column to have another good showing for themselves here.
I'm 100% going with Black Wall Street on this one. Nothing against the Tar Dynasty. I've seen Black Wall Street in action over the last several years, and
BWS.
I can't go against what I've seen.
Yeah.
Versus, a team that doesn't have that same level of continuity. It doesn't equate to me. I'm a very logic-driven person.
Yep.
It's still going to be a hell of a match. It's still going to be a fight because these guys are going to clash. It's going to be a train wreck in there. But Black Wall Street would probably come up out of the ashes from that huge matchup.
And they got to be pissed after not defeating Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So win or lose, Black Wall Street, stay pissed. Okay.
That's true. A valid point. So, yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
Good.
This one's hard because I know both of these.
Amanda Kiss is such a wild card. I mean, she's so like.
She is, and I managed her in a match, and it's kind of hard to control that rage. The way I see this matchup is like an angry cat versus a husky or a Labrador. Two personality clashes, two different styles here. You have the unpredictable Amanda Kiss. You have Audrey Allen, who the crowd seems to really gravitate towards her, but she's also a powerhouse. It could go either way, and I think at this point it's like 50-50 when it comes to the matchups that I've seen with them. I'm
going with Audrey.
I think I'm going to go with Audrey too.
She impressed me a lot when they had their match in Elkton last month. I didn't referee that. I had a chance to watch it. I'd never seen her work before. I'd never seen her wrestle before. So I was kind of curious to see. And this is a woman who is a military veteran. She is a very skilled professional wrestler, and a little more serious. Maybe I don't want to say that. I don't want to say Amanda's not serious.
No,
there's a
more level-headed, I guess, in the ring. She's more tactical.
Yes, and maybe that comes from her military experience, a little more calculated, maybe. And I think if she can kind of harness Amanda Kiss's erratic nature, and again, not to sound cliche or like a broken record, and just keep beating a dead horse here, but like these matches are so close. I mean, every one of these matches can go either way, and I think they're all just going to be fantastic matches. I think I'll give the edge to this one to Audrey. So.
All right, they've done this dance before, and these two ladies know each other very well. So I'm leaning towards Amanda, and I'm going to tell you why. Because as unpredictable as she has been, if Audrey's caught her with something before, Amanda's already figured out 3 ways to change that.
Good point.
She is a constant evolution. She's not in her final form yet.
Agreed. I think both of these ladies are not in their final form yet.
Oh, by a long shot. Neither one of these two. We're not done. We're not done with these two. We will see these two on television in the next 3 to 5, and that's giving it credit. And
I say less than that. Less than that.
Well, you're both correct because they're going to be on national television for Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling in a very short period of time because we will be on national television. So there you go.
Look at dropping chisme. El té se ponió caliente. Thank you,
the deal's
Todd.
already there. We just have to fine tune the recording live to tape that we've been doing.
You heard that here first. Thank you, Todd. I was going to ask if there's any surprises. That's a huge surprise. Thank you, sir. Oh, now it is. Oh, well, here I felt special, Todd. Thanks. You took that away. Thanks.
Right Now Television Network.
All right.
They've been working on that.
Yeah.
They have been working on that deal because I remember being told about
it. Was it finalized? Finally? Yes? No? Maybe?
The deal's been there. It's just a matter of getting the kinks worked out and the live to tape. With all the lighting and the camera and the production so that we can continually drop episodes weekly and not have any hiccups in the game.
It's a more logistics situation. I get it. Cool.
Yeah. But they're going up weekly on YouTube right now. So we have been getting them out weekly. They're just currently YouTube.
It's a production thing on that end. But yes.
On that big of a scale on a national television platform, we have to make sure there's no hiccups. So
good point. Yeah. Well, that being said, all eyes are on these ladies this weekend. I agree with everything you said, Ron. I know both of these ladies. They've known each other for a long time. They run the roads together. They know each other's playbook. Amanda has that unpredictability, and she's always changing. Audrey, I think, like we said earlier, has that more tactical mindset, and I think that whatever wrench their Amanda Kiss is going to be throwing at her, she's going to find a way to try to get around it.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, if Audrey can get and she has the moves to do it, a nice, huge, big move or hard hit, that'll be her go-to here. So my money's going to be on Audrey.
If Audrey can contain the crazy, Audrey's got it. But I move nothing past Amanda, and as much as I may want to see her go down, I can't take away the talent, and that's where I stand.
Both talented. Yeah, 50-50. This is going to be a fun matchup, and the crowd is going to love it. I guarantee you Fairfax is going to clamor for more from both of these ladies. All right. The final matchup, our main event, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Titus, Doug Delicious. Will Doug retain? Will he be able to say that he's the Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling Heavyweight Champion? Will he be able to tell that to everybody over and over and over again? Or will he have to say, I am the former Heavyweight Championship champion?
Well, as much as part of me would like to say that the veteran, and well, they're both veterans, but Rhett Titus, Doug has time and time again been able to walk back up the aisle to the locker room with that belt still around his waist. I don't know how he does it, and that's not a knock because, as I said, he is the best right now that I've ever known him to be. But that said, I'm still surprised that someone younger and faster and whatever hasn't been able to beat him yet. No one's been able to beat him, and he must have a horseshoe up his rear end or something, but I just don't see him losing anytime soon. I'd love to know who's going to be the person that beats him, but
he's always wins.
He is so running at peak performance right now. It's unbelievable to watch. You know, I watch his match every show we have. I referee most of them. I still can't get over how good he is right now. And even people that don't like him or that call him Doug Disgusting or boo him or whatever, they all still go, but damn, he's good. Like, he's the champ. I get it. I see it. He's the man.
I can attest to that. Yep.
And I just good luck to Rhett. It's going to be a great match, and hopefully maybe Rhett will do it. Who knows? Maybe he'll do it for dirty money. That would be the most awesome thing in the world. But Doug is just like so good right now. I got to go with Doug.
Well, here's what I'm going to say about this, because it's a little bit different. When I heard both of them speak, Doug is not necessarily looking past his opponent. I believe that he's a little overconfident going up against Rhett. Doug came on here and name dropped as many people. We could have a name drop competition between him and two other guys I know.
And Rhett. Rhett's
that have been on the show before. And my thing is, I feel like he's going into this a little too overzealous, a little too overconfident. I think he's going to make as much as he's trying to be psychological about everything, I think he's going to make a fatal mistake, and Rhett Titus is going to walk out with that Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling Heavyweight strap.
Emotions will be high that night. I know there's people coming to pay tribute and respect and honor to Dirty Money. you know, it's going to be a great night of action. It's going to be a special night of action. We got a couple of surprises, announcements, and stuff planned for people. We've gone through this lineup. We've dissected it. We've talked about it. We've made our predictions. This is kind of going to be the capstone of the evening. I don't know which way it's going to go, just like almost every other match on this show. And it's all the more reason why fans do not want to miss this event, because the show's loaded. And if people want to see what Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling is all about and why we are the fastest growing, most talked about promotion in professional wrestling, come and see us. I mean, we're talking over 30 shows in our first year. The promotion's only 15 months old right now. And we're getting ready to explode. And so hop on the train while you can. Come out and check us out. See what it's all about. We guarantee you're going to enjoy yourself and get your money's worth.
Amen.
Yeah, true that.
Sounds like it.
So both of these competitors made their presence known and their intentions known. Doug Delicious, like you said, the name dropping, but you got to give it to him. That's a long list of people he has gone against, and he has built up a long repertoire over defending that title. And previously, you have Rhett Titus as well, who's had championships before. He's known for his technical style. I think what might come into play here is going to be Doug's just veteran status here. He has the experience here, but I'm gonna have to agree that Rhett might be able to outlast him. He may be able to bring him in that deep water and keep him there for a while. See how long he'll last. So it's kind of hard for me to decide, but all that being said, I think Doug is going to have to will retain on this.
Well, I'll put it this way: I'm a big Rhett fan, Ring of Honor, Midnight Express, so on, and I want him to go out on top. However, I'm going to be looking for Doug to come out on top, simply because I want to be the one to take it away from Mr. Disgusting.
Ooh,
Okay.
Hey, and you know what? There's a challenge that's been laid out, and maybe when we return back to Fairfax this fall, maybe another hometown guy will get his title shot then. You never know.
Oh, never know.
Party is on the rise, and I'm sure at some point in time he's going to get a rematch actually with Doug. So, hey, you never know.
Well, all things can change this Saturday. We'll see.
One way to find out.
Wait.
And what way is that? You have to be there. You have to get your tickets. Come on up to the DMV. Come by Fairfax. Here, let me put that poster. Where's the main poster at? Because I know I put it up here.
It's all the way at the top.
Yep. There it is.
Right.
This Saturday. Doors open at 6:15. Bell time is at 7. Ringside tickets, $25. General admission, $20. Kids 12 and under, $10. This is going to be at the JCC off of Little River Turnpike in Fairfax, Virginia. You saw the talent that's going to be there. You heard from some of the talent that's going to be there. You heard our predictions. The only thing we're waiting on is for you to get your tickets and be there live this weekend.
If fans want ringside tickets, I strongly encourage them to go online to MATW.com and buy them right now, because they are going very, very, very fast.
As they usually do.
I mean, the ringsides are going. Someone bought 20 of them last night online, and another 10 sold today in blocks. So there's not a lot of them left. If you want to be ringside, I encourage you to buy your tickets online early. We will have tickets available at the door, but we are expecting our largest crowd to date there, and ringsides are about gone. So get them while you can.
I'm going to put that on the chat again. So if you want to get your tickets, make sure you get them now. Boom. MATWTIX.com.
Save your money, because there'll definitely be some Doug Disgusting shirts as well.
Okay.
Will they be really?
There probably will be, yes.
Oh, man. He's not going to like that.
Well,
gentlemen, It has been a great show, and I expect a great show Saturday night in Virginia. Best of luck to all the competitors. Best of luck to everybody involved. But you know what? In order to see it, you gotta be there because you won't get to see it for what is it, a week delay on YouTube now?
Next week is a house show. You're not going to see it on YouTube. The
Well,
only way to see it next week is to be there in person.
This
They're
show
live,
will end
baby.
up on YouTube. This show will end up on YouTube when?
This show right now that we're talking about.
Yes.
That's up to you guys.
No. This is live on air.
Are you talking about Saturday night in Fairfax?
Saturday night
in Fairfax. When would that be uploaded?
Fairfax will not be on YouTube.
Yeah.
If anything noteworthy happens, there may be a single handheld camera at ringside, but it is a house show and it will not be on TV.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have to be there.
Yeah.
You have to be there to
be
see
there
what
to see
happens.
this.
Correct.
Very, very cool.
Well, Todd, it's always a pleasure when you come on, and you always
thank you for having me.
It's just so much fun. Mr. McFly, thank you. Good luck this weekend. I hope you have an amazing matchup, and take the W this time. Watch that right hand.
Hey, sometimes the left is worse.
Yeah, true.
Gotcha.
Anything you guys want to tell the fans, or any last words before we finish things up here?
Yeah, I'll leave you guys with this. Simply put, you can't fear the gear when party is near. That's right. Let's do it. Go.
Please come check us out. We've been a slow grow in some places. Fairfax is one of them, but we've continued to grow. And come see what it's all about. So nothing takes the place of being there in person and seeing the action. So.
It's a whole different world, a whole different animal watching it on TV and watching it live. The vibe, the energy, the adrenaline. You need to be there live, especially with this being a house show and an amazing talent is going to be there. You don't want to miss out. So be there this weekend. We are professional
wrestling. You walk into the building and you see our setup and you see the ring and the lights and you go, oh, okay, this is not the same thing as I saw at the VFW hall down the street or whatever it is. We are a legit promotion that is going places and making waves. And so I guarantee everyone who comes out will have a great time and get their money's worth and be entertained, and we'll win them over. So
very proud to be a part of this since day one, working my way up on the card, so on and so forth. MATW is where it's at.
I second that. Yep.
Well, there you have it.
Something special here. And I say that in all seriousness without being a homer who works for them. I have become I've gone down to being this is the only place that I work anymore. I do not work anywhere else besides MATW, in part because we're so busy. But there is something unique and special going on here with this promotion, and fans who have had the opportunity to see us in person have seen that for themselves. And so I invite everyone, if you're on the fence, if you're curious, come check us out, find out for yourself. I guarantee you're gonna go, I get it now.
Yep.
You will. And
thank you guys for having us. We appreciate your support.
Of course.
And you're always welcome to come to the show. So hopefully we'll see you, Davin, on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
I'll be making my way up there this fall. Thank you very much, guys.
September.
I'll keep that in mind.
Put it on the calendar. Keep it there. Well, thank you, guys.
I already got September in my calendar, man. So I got to know the dates. But
we'll get to
that. We'll get to that as soon as possible.
Saturday night, we'll announce it.
We will see you guys right back here tomorrow night for the Wrestling Wire, our standard weekly show. So we'll see you at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night. And if we don't see you at this show, you know where we'll see you, and that's at the Indies.